Poor Bentley. Poor Bentley. We're at the emergency room. Um, Bentley's back here. He's normally here. He's a movie star. When he comes in here, everybody comes to see him. Um, and now he's not here for shots or anything. He's here for emergency. And just wanted to make sure he was in the laundry room with the puppy, with Max. And looks like Max gouged his eye. And he likes to play with Bentley. And it looked like he may have had damage to his eye. He actually has it open now because he's in the emergency room. He hears all the cats and dogs, so he wants to see what's going on. But he had a lot of pus, a lot of discharge coming out of that eye, and I wanted to make sure he didn't have any damage to it. So I wanted to bring him at 1 in the morning last night, but they weren't open. Where you at, Bentley? Come here, Bentley. Bentley. Bentley's casing the joint. What are you doing, Bentley? Come here. What's going on? Poor thing, he couldn't even open it. I was trying to open it to look at his eye, and I couldn't even get it open. And I can't believe it now. He didn't even open it this morning. And since we came to this emergency room, his eye's wide open. So it looked like he might have had damage to it though, so I was really worried. And I know Mama's in delivering a load to Virginia. And come here, Bentley. Let's take a look. He loves this corner for some reason. Come here, Bentley. Let's look at that eye. Come here. Bentley, come on. Look it. Get some food. Bentley, food. I can't believe how wide he has it open now. Come on. Come on, Bentley. Come here. Okay. Here he goes. Come here, Bentley. Let me see. Let me see. See that eye right there? Wow, he's got it open now. He had his I guess they have a third eyelid, and it was over his eye. He had some white skin over the eye, and it freaked me out. It looked like he had a white contact on. Come here. Poor Bentley. Poor Bentley. Oh, no. Said, I'm injured, and Mama's not here. Mama's not here, the only one that cares and loves for me unconditionally. Uh-oh. Alright, well, he's really got it open now, so that it still looks bad. And it looked like he had a cut on the one side, so I wanted to make sure. So there's Mama. Who's with Jonah? Jonathan's by herself. She's rolling a convoy with Becca. She's with Becca now. And she was with Becca and Rona yesterday. But Rona kept rolling because she's a team with Brandon. So Mama's rolling solo right now. Come here, Bentley. I had to bring the truck home. I was supposed to run down to Kentucky to get a trailer for the Hot Shot truck. I don't know if I'm going to make it now. Are you allowed to live stream at the vet hospital? I am now. Bentley just wants Mama there, not Dad. That's right. She don't want me. So I probably will stop this in a minute. Come on, Bentley. Come on. Come on. All right. I'm going to put you back in your cage so you had enough searching around. I wanted to let him get comfortable with the room before the doctor came in. So so he was a little bit more relaxed. Show your eyeball, Bentley. Bentley said, I'm a famous cat. I can't have one eyeball. I need both my eyeballs. Huh, Bentley? Poor baby. Where is Panay Trucker Girl? She's working. She was worried about Bentley. I told her about Bentley, so I just wanted to videotape something real quick and get the, hi Patrick. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. I got a little Bentley today.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. You getting videotaped, huh?
Yeah, you don't mind, do you mind if I do this or not?
Is that mom on the phone?
Yeah, and Bentley has a lot of fans who are worried about him.
Gotcha. Family
He's
members?
on the internet a lot.
Oh, hey, Bentley.
Come here, Bubba.
Hey, buddy.
But he was put in a room, in the laundry room with a puppy.
Okay.
We're watching.
Okay.
And I always see him like
Oh, gotcha.
swatting at her,
Yeah.
and I think she got it.
Yeah, it definitely looks pretty sore. So that was yesterday with the puppy?
It was, I got home at midnight last night, and I noticed it right when I came in.
Gotcha.
She couldn't even open her eye. Yeah, see that when you opened it up, that white thing, it was like over her. I opened it up, and I'm like, oh my God, where's her eye?
So what you're talking about is the third membrane.
Oh
it's in the corner of the eye. They always have that. That's normal. That eye, of course, is inflamed. And then anytime they're tired or injured or just don't feel good, a lot of times that third membrane comes up over the eye, and you can't actually see the eyeball itself. So that's kind of a normal occurrence. Let me go ahead and give our full exam here, and then we're going to come back to that ear, or ear, excuse me, eye.
I thought I seen something there. I couldn't touch him last night, but I thought maybe they bit him. Like, I was hoping that.
Yeah, no, I don't see any puncture
there.
wounds or anything. There's a little bit of drainage discharge matted up in the fur. That's normal. I got a little scabby over here, but that's actually, that's not even a scab, it's just a little dirt in the fur, which happens. Let me listen for our heart and lungs here. So I think definitely something happened to the eye, obviously, and I would guess the puppy probably put a paw there.
I know. It's okay.
His heart's sounding good,
Good boy.
nice and strong.
Yeah, he was acting really strange, and he hid from me when I was trying to get here.
Gotcha.
He got back in a closet and was I couldn't find him.
Yeah, it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit of a numbing drop that I'm going to put in that eye, because obviously it's painful, and so that's going to help with some of the pain while I'm doing this test. I'm going to let that work in for a second. So he definitely has irritation. You know, the big thing I'm worried about is there actually a physical defect, scratch to the eye, or a corneal ulcer is what we call it. So we're going to put a little bit of stain on the surface of the eye, and if there is a physical defect or ulcer, it's going to take up the stain around the edges of it. We'll be able to see how big it is, where it is, that kind of thing. And then depending on whether that is there or not, that's going to affect what we use to treat him. But he's going to be getting an ointment or a drop regardless of whether there's a scratch or not. It just depends on which one we use. All right, buddy.
She normally gets the better end of the
Of the fights, yeah. Pretty sassy, huh?
Yeah, the dogs will be.
Oh, gotcha.
They'll act like it's the end of the world, and he's never gotten the raw end of it.
Gotcha. And it may not be from the dog. I've had cats do this to themselves, that they're running under something and brush their face against the couch or something and don't close their eye in time. But rambunctious puppies are also very common cause of corneal scratches. Alright, you are being so brave. You got beautiful eyes.
I know. Alright, I know. Gotcha.
Alright, I'm gonna turn the light off here. We're gonna look with our purdy light, see if we see anything glowing. Alright, baby. So that bright green glow is what oh yeah, he's got a big one. It's pretty much the entire surface of his eye there. So that is quite large. Were you able to see that pretty well?
I know.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The green on the surface of the eye.
I
So
know.
that,
I
okay,
know,
I'll stop this.
I know.
We'll turn the lights back on
but it's
for overhead. That's okay.
You wanna go
I'm
back
done
in?
with him. Yep, you wanna go back in there? Say heck with you people. I am
He's
out.
like, pick me up and get me
Right
out
back
of here.
there.
I feel safe in there now.
You're
Since he
safe,
knows it's
Bubba.
going home. Oh, look at him being perfect. Yeah, so we're gonna get an antibiotic medication. That is bad enough where I think I would do a systemic antibiotic as well, because that is quite the ulcer. So I kind of want to make sure we hit it pretty hard and get it cleaned up as quick as we can. As far as a systemic antibiotic, we can do an oral antibiotic or an injection. The injection lasts 2 weeks. You don't have to give him anything. The oral, you squirt it in his mouth, he swallows it down. That's usually twice a day. He's also, regardless of which one of those we do, we're going to do drops. That's usually 4 times a day in that eye. So if it would be easier to do the injection, because then you don't have to mess with the drops too.
Yeah.
You want to do that? Okay. Sydney will be back in with that. I like to see these back in about 10 days.
Okay.
If we got to push it out to 2 weeks, that's fine. But somewhere within a 10 to 14 day period, just to make sure we're having improvement and it's doing what it should be.
Okay. So even if we get the shot, we still have to put
We still have to do the
drops
drops in the eye.
4 times a day?
If you
or so?
can.
Okay.
4 times better than 3 times a day, 3 times better than twice a day.
Right.
Do what you can. It doesn't have to be every 8 hours, or 6 hours, I guess, would be 4 times a day. But if you can do it when you wake up, before you go to work, when you get home, before bed, that kind of thing.
So what does the shot do that we
The
don't
shot
have
is,
to do?
instead of the shot, it would be an oral that you'd squirt in his mouth. So the shot's taking the place of an oral
Yeah, I'd rather
medication.
do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. Obviously, if he's getting worse instead of better, or you think he's just terribly painful, don't hesitate to call and we'll get him in sooner, okay?
So that's something that does get better. That's
Oh, yeah.
not like permanent
No.
damage to.
No. Now, there are some that are pretty hard to resolve that then we got to do a couple tips and tricks to really get it to work, but most of them are going to get better within the 2-week period.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But no, it's not typically a permanent defect or anything like that. Some of them will have a little bit of scarring, but that's usually the deeper ulcers. I really don't expect him to have scarring on that.
All right. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
He would not open that eye until we got here.
Yeah. The adrenaline
When we
rush.
got here, and then she heard it, then her
Yeah.
eyes wide open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to see what's going on, huh?
You may notice a little bit of that yellow-green dye coming out the nose later today. That's perfectly normal. When tears drain into our nose, that's why your nose wouldn't cry. So you'll see some of that drainage throughout the day probably as that's naturally getting gone from the body here.
All right.
You gonna scope things out?
You gonna look around that way?
Yeah, she
He's-
likes that.
Likes that corner back
He
there.
likes
huh?
that corner over there. It's got a lot of smells
Oh,
to
I
it.
bet.
All right,
Give us
Bentley.
a few
That was
minutes
good
here.
news.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
That was good news for Bentley, huh? Bentley, it's good news for you, huh? Your eyes open now. Well, he had a huge, they put that dye in there, and if they put a light on it and it glows, they can tell if there's any scratches to the eye. Well, I videotaped it. I don't know if it came out or not, but it was basically 90% of his eye lit up green. So it was his whole, almost his whole eyeball was scratched. So I knew it looked bad. I could tell last night. I was really worried that he had some permanent damage to his eye. Oh, Bentley, poor thing. Poor thing. What are you doing, Bentley? Huh? Bentley, what are you doing? He said, hey man, I got a famous TV show I can't be having no screwed up eye. I gotta go back to work this week. Huh, Bentley? Bentley said, I gotta pass my DOT eye test for this truck. I can't be. He loves that corner for some reason. You love that corner, Bentley? Now I love to see his eye open like that. They put some painkiller in there, but whew, I feel better. Bentley needs a break from the dogs again. Also, I'm sure he's going to second guess on those nails and messing with the dogs. Yeah. Take some scissors and cut off that girly collar. Well, me and Bentley are alone probably until Saturday when Mama gets here, and we can definitely get rid of that girly collar. What do you think, Bentley? Huh? You want to go to the mall and get a man collar, Bentley? Bentley? Let me see that girly collar they're talking about. I think it has watermelons or something on it. Come here. Come here, Bentley. Come here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mr. Ben. That's the best cat I've ever seen in my life. You're gonna see a few of me.
Why are you
Preston told you for a second.
Oh my gosh.
He made me out just because this is cold, but
Okay.
it doesn't hurt or anything like
I
that.
want him.
He's perfect.
He's so cute.
Ready?
Yeah.
Like poke pose.
Good job. It's,
Oh,
I know.
it's
I
okay.
know.
I know,
I know.
Let me see here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just scruff.
Yeah, go ahead.
He doesn't have very good scruff.
I know, Bubba.
Okay, Bubba, real quick.
Quick,
Real
Bubba.
quick, real quick, real quick. Good job, good job, good job. That's it, Bubba. I'll get your carrier. You can hide back out.
There you go.
You can hide back out in
Oh
there.
my god. I love him.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I gotta go back to work this week. Now I got a messed up eyeball.
Good job, buddy. I like that for you.
There you go, Bentley. What do you think? You're like, I'm just gonna stay in here.
He's like, I'm done, Dad. Take me
Yeah,
home.
I don't think that's gonna. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
guess it is shut.
Let's try. Maybe.
Maybe it goes back the other way. Oh. Well, I don't even know how
How do you
that.
do this?
I normally don't mess with it because I don't know how to.
Let's do. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Perfect.
All right.
Alright, I'll grab your eye drops and I'll meet you guys right up front and get you all cashed out, okay?
Okay, go out. I
Yeah, you can go
there?
right out the
Okay.
lobby, right there.
We're good, Bentley. Now you look relaxed. Hey, you look relaxed already. You look relaxed already, Bentley. I was worried, man. He normally runs to his cage. Anytime we get it out, he'll come running to it. And he wouldn't go near it. And I had to find him. He was hiding. His eyes open though. I think he's got enough pain killers in there now where there it is. There's that eyeball. Huh. There he goes. He's feeling better. Huh. See, I'm feeling better already. Huh. Ready to go get those doggies again. Huh.
I think she's bigger than here.
Yeah. Yeah, she's 9.5 pounds.
Oh, wow.
She lost some weight though. I know she got a lot heavier than that.
Come on.
Hey Patrick, what is Jonathan's shirt size? I'm thinking about getting her an autism puzzle piece shirt to show support for autism when you both visit me again. She has some autism shirts, JJ. She always buys the trucker ones, the autism shirts, when she sees the truck driver ones. She's seen one down in Miami when she was getting her Asian Maya trucker mother trucker shirt and hat. Okay.
Is she doing okay?
No concerns. Did you want to schedule that recheck today?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at Monday, July 18th.
Monday, July 18th. Okay.
Morning or afternoon work better?
Afternoon is better.
I can do like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
5.
Are you currently in client with us? Can I get your phone?
Let me bring you over here, Bentley.
I've got that scheduled with print off on the bottom of your receipt for you. Total for everything today came to $125.17.
Alright.
Which pet are we talking about? Just an animal puppy vaccine.
Go.
Oh, you're
That's
fine.
150.
And then I'm looking out until August 3rd on a Wednesday, and I have a 9:40 open. Wednesday, August 3rd at 9:40.
125. That little wrestling match cost us,
I'm sorry.
Bentley. It's better when you win them.
No, I'm all
It's cheaper when you win, Bentley. It's definitely cheaper if you win.
$24.26 back for you.
Okay.
And then these are those eye drops we were talking about. It's just going to be 1 drop every 6 hours. But like Doc said, if you can only do it twice a day, only do it 3 times a day. As long
Okay.
as we can do it a couple of times a day.
Okay.
And you'll just pull it out and just right in that left eye. Don't worry about the right eye. Just pull it.
Okay.
And then there's your receipt.
And is that for pain too?
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
help. And then
Okay.
the injection we did's good for 2 weeks, so he's good on antibiotics for 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
We'll see you guys in about a week.
All
Give us a
right.
call if you need anything before then, okay?
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for getting us in today.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right. All right. All right. Well, Bentley did okay. You don't have any permanent damage, even though it looked pretty bad. I left without my belt. My pants are falling down. I was so worried about Bentley. We were gonna take him with us to Florida. I wanted to take him, and Mama thought I wanted to leave him. I know, Bentley. I know. There we go. That was Bentley's first lost fight. So I know you feel better though. I can tell right when they put those eye drops in that Bentley was feeling better. Huh. I know. Tell Grandma. Tell Grandma. I know. If I have my key. All right, I'm gonna have to call my mom. She just tried to call. There he is. There he is, poor Bentley. All right. So, man, it's hot. Woo! All right, you guys. Bentley's okay. So I got home last night from Florida. Greenville, Virginia. Just let me know. Donna Harmon said, good day to all. Sorry, can treat her to lunch if she is too white or now loves or pilot in Greenville, Virginia. I think they are in Virginia right now. What, Bentley? What? What are you doing? Huh? I never heard you do that. What's wrong? Huh? What's wrong, Bentley? I never seen you do that before. You okay with that medicine? Huh? They're going to Virginia today. I know that they might. No, actually, yeah, they're down by Chattanooga, I believe. I think Bentley was hot. That was it. She's near Chattanooga, but they are heading to Virginia, and she might be able to meet for lunch. I broke down on I-77 in West Virginia on my way to Florida. Just got fixed and ready to head back out later. Maybe Bentley need a break from truck life. Well, Bentley did have a break. He was home for 2 weeks with Grandma. Huh, Bentley? Poor baby. He was home for 2 weeks with Grandma. He loves that AC, boy. You tearing that AC up, Bentley? You like that AC, buddy? He was with Grandma for 2 weeks. He was off the truck. And it was the last night, about midnight last night. I think he was in a laundry room with Max. And Max likes throwing his paws at him because Bentley will swat because he's a cat. So he swats with his paws. And Max is a puppy. And he copies what the cat does, and he swats with his paw. And I think he swatted at him and got him with a nail because it was pretty nasty. But eye infection. Nope, they said it was definitely something poked him in the eye, and they said it wasn't necessarily the puppy. They said sometimes they can catch a sheet or something hanging down or hook them in the eye, but as bad as it was, it's about 90% of his eye was scratched. It was more than likely a nail in the eye. Clean the sleepy dirt out of his eyes, Patrick. Yeah, they just did. If you guys weren't here for the beginning, he just left the emergency room and they cleaned his eye out. They put drops in it for pain. They put green dye in it to see about scratchiness on the eye. 90% of his eye was scuffed and scratched. He got a shot that'll last him for pain and infection for 2 weeks. And we have some eye drops too. For Bentley has eye drops, huh? For every 6 hours, huh, Bentley? But he's definitely feeling better than he was. Hello, everyone. Poor Bentley. Mercy Johnson. Clean the sleepy dirt out of his eyes, Patrick. Cost for part $541 for a new coolant and sensor. Greensboro, North Carolina. Maybe Bentley needs a break. Hey Pat, you're a good man. Is Bentley okay? Yes, he's okay. I drove straight from Miami, straight home. yesterday, me and Joy, because we had to bring our hotshot truck back. We had to get Joy back for a swim and cheer thing today. So normally I would have took the truck and I would have went and got the load. And Mama would have brought the truck back, and we brought the truck and the trailer and the 5 scooters that we got down there. And normally Mama would have did it, but Joy had to come. Jonalyn can't drive straight. She can't drive straight from Miami to here, which it took about 24 hours because I did have a trailer, and I wasn't driving the speed limit. I was actually driving under the speed limit because that freaking truck, man, the fuel mileage, man, it was $165 to fill it up, and that would last about 6 hours, 7 hours, and then I had to fill it up again. So Michael Kendrick drove the truck down there in the trailer, and it was about $700 in fuel to get it down there. And I drove between 62 and 65, and I got it back up here. It was $500 in fuel, but I did go slow. I tried to keep my speed down because I just couldn't believe the cost for that fuel, and I was pulling a trailer. But I drove. It took about 24 hours to drive going that slow. But anyway, I drove because I can drive straight without stopping. Normally, I did stop and take a nap twice for an hour, so that was in the time. But anyway, Joy got here. She got to go to her swim and her cheer. But I got home at midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that, and I seen Bentley's eye, and I was going to, it looked horrible last night. I actually pried his eye open to see if his eye was in there. And when I pulled his eye open, I guess a cat has a third eyelid and it's white, and it was all the way over his eye. And when I first seen it, I freaked out. I thought his eye was gone. I'm like, oh my God. And he had all kinds of pus coming out, and it was really, oh my God, it looked so bad. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead. If Mama would have seen that. But I was so tired. By the time I got home, I was like shaky. My body was like vibrating. And the night before we left Florida, we only slept like 2.5, 3 hours, and then we left. So that was another reason I brought Joy instead of Jonalyn, because I knew there was no way. I didn't even want her pushing it, and Mama don't know when to stop. And knowing that Joy needed to be back, she would have pushed herself more than what she should, and I didn't want them getting injured or anything coming home. I would have worried about them. So anyway, I was so tired. I would have took them to the. So I would have found some kind of emergency room last night, but I couldn't even function when I got home. So I went to sleep about 2 a.m. I got up at 7 and checked his eye, and it looked a little bit better. And then I called the animal hospital, and they know Bentley. Everybody knows Bentley there. He's like the little famous cat there. Everybody usually comes in to see him. and they said it's been a long time since someone brought in a British short hair like that. And they always ask us where we get him groomed at. They're like, where do you get his hair done at? And we're like, we haven't got his hair done. And they're like, wow, he's just perfect. They call him Mr. Perfect there. Here comes Mr. Perfect. But this place is actually almost 30 miles from our house. And we love that place. I forgot I was going to get a picture of it outside. And it's in Wakeman, Ohio. And that place we love it. We pass about 10 animal hospitals, veterinarians, clinics on our way to get to that one. And we love that one because they're no bull crap. They give like affordable care, and their prices are like set prices. I don't know if you that are watching, if you've been to different veterinarians, they're almost like a used car lot, going in. They kind of case you out and they feel you out, and then they give you a price, and you could take your doctor to 10 different veterinarians and they'll all give you a different price, and it's based off of, like when Pierre got hurt, his little ball sack got stuck. I think Bentley swiped Pierre's manhood with and scraped him. One of the times we were in Florida and we had to take Pierre to the vet, and that guy came in and I seen him. He was looking us up and down, and they came in and they said, oh, it's $699. And I just told him no. I said, that's a little pricey. I said, we'll just take the medicine for pain or the medicine for infection, and we'll go get him. We'll get it done when we get home. And then he came back in. The nurse came in, and we said we were leaving, and the nurse came in and she said we're going to do it for $297, something like that. And Jonathan was shocked, and she goes, oh wow. She goes, so even though you have the money, you still act like you don't, or something. That was the way she described what I did. And I said, well, you always try to get a discount. And I could tell the way the guy was looking at us, and they have different people come in. And I didn't want to get off into this long thing, but they tried to get us for $700, and then they did it for $290. And Jonathan was shocked, and she's like, oh, so even if you have the money, you still try to get a better deal, or you still try to negotiate? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And but anyway, there's no bull crap with this. I could have sent my mom in here with Bentley. It would have been $125. Jonathan could have came. It would have been $125. Joy could have came in with Bentley. It would have been $125. So that's why I like this place. They're reasonable, and you can trust them. They're not trying to, play with your emotions, because people will $3,000 to get something done with their animal. I know my sister-in-law did something $2,000, $3,000 for a $5 cat. I'm like, if I take a $5 cat into the vet and it's costing $3,000, it's going in the dirt, I'll go get me another $5 cat. But anyway, they play on your emotions when it comes to pets, and I like that place anyway. It's called Affordable affordable pet care, I believe, in Wakeman, Ohio. If we were 100 miles away, I would still drive our animals to that place because I like them. They got me in today right off the bat when I called, and they're usually booked up months ahead. They seen Bentley, and then I was 25 minutes late because I couldn't find Bentley. He was acting really weird. Normally, I think he was in a lot of pain. Normally, we bring out his cage and he just hears it. Wherever he is in the house, we can sit that down and open that gate, and Bentley will fly down wherever he's at and just walk in there and lay down. And he didn't do it. And I couldn't find him. And he was buried in our closet upstairs. So I was 25 minutes late, and they said normally we wouldn't take you, you'd have to reschedule, but we're going to take you. So I appreciated that. And they normally give us like a $30 discount because we drive so far. They see where our ad and know that we pass a bunch of places to get to them. So they normally give us, I think it's $30 or $32 off for gas for coming out. So that's nice. But anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. I know Jonathan's not here, and you guys don't like looking at my ugly face. You'd rather see Jonathan, and I do get winded sometimes, and talk too much. What's that one guy said that? Randy Ferguson. He thinks that I like camera time, that I like when Jonathan's not around, and I like putting my ugly face in the camera. Try keeping him out of the bright sunlight. It could cause pain. Donna Harmon. Thank you, Donna Harmon. Numbing and helps. Well, you guys, he's got some stuff for pain, and I can tell it immediately. I'm going to show you guys this this roundabout here in Norwalk. This is just new here, this roundabout. And we had, if you guys ever seen Smitty on our show, Smitty, he does our yard work. He used to load our truck at R&L. Oh no, I gotta go to the credit union. I gotta go back around now. I wonder if they care if I U-turn here. I'll go around. He lives down the street, that Smitty, and he came flying through here one night. He always takes the back roads because he likes to have a few cocktails and before while he's rolling around. And wow, that's weird. They put this little bar that normally had a place right from the road to park, and now they actually made it a little road right here since they put this roundabout in. But Smitty came cruising down here one day after having some cocktails somewhere, and he came cruising down this road, and he said that he thinks that they need to send out notices to people and let them know that they changed the road because Smitty went right through this roundabout. And his truck was right up in the middle there. And I'm trying to think where my credit union is now. I think it's this way. No, I think it's this way. But Smitty went right through that roundabout and wrecked his truck in there. And then unfortunately, when the cops came, they could smell the cocktails that he had, that he was trying to sneak doing the it's just funny. You see some of those videos on YouTube of them people going right through roundabouts. They're like, whoa, what the hell? Oh shit.
But Bentley is tough. Ivan said, she doing good. Becca, how are you this morning? Mercy Johnson, hello, hello. I don't know if Becca's here or Mama. I don't know if they noticed. Becca Johnson, good morning, Mom. How is my sister Maya? I like listening to both of y'all, Mercy Johnson said. Well, thank you, Mercy. Oh, that's why I like Tony. I know Tony liked listening to me too. I think he was my #1 fan, and Tony liked listening to me. If I had one fan at one time, it was him, and then he made it cool. He made it okay for the other guys that watch to be okay to listen to Patrick, because so that got me a couple other people that want to listen. But I love to explain. If we could put a 24-hour camera on Mama, a lot of people that have been around her and hear her talk, and it's just the Filipino way, like they're coming to America first and getting used to what's going on here and how things are done, and just some of the stuff they say, man, it's like priceless. You wish you could catch it on tape all the time. Michael Kendrick was with Mama, and he got a little taste of that. He's like, you need a camera. Our camera guy that worked for us for a little bit, he wanted to put a camera on Mama 24 hours, and he said, man, some of the stuff she says is priceless. And a lot of people say that, but I know a lot of Filipino women are like that, just with because they're learning our language, and even though they know it really well, they don't know all the words. Just like if we moved to the Philippines and we learned their language, we still wouldn't be able to express ourselves or explain ourselves in detail like we would if we knew all the words. So a lot of times it comes out really funny. And there was a story that I said, like when I first came here, I switched from over the road to, I'm hoping this credit union's open. It is. I switched from over the road to local, and my pay got cut drastically, but I was trying to be at home more for Jonathan, and I wanted to be home every night. And so I took a local job, and it was seniority driven, so you start with the crap at first, and they want you to work there for 30 years before you get a decent position. So I think a good week, like it was W-2, I was home every day. I was lucky I worked like 12 hours a day, maybe 10 if I was lucky. But I think a good week, I took home $900. And on a slow week, which was normally slow weeks, it was like $600-700 for the week. And I was already embarrassed by getting those checks, and I was like, and I knew I couldn't do it much longer, because I'm like, I can't pay my bills with this. And Jonathan, when I was with another company, my pay was automatically deposited, and we never had to get our money. It was always put in the bank. So Jonathan just paid the bills with the money in the bank. And when I got my check from R&L, I was local, and it was like $690. So I signed the check and I left it on the table. And Jonathan, got up, and she called me, and I was already working, and I told her some things that I wanted her to do. And I said, well, take my check. Like, I left my check on the table, like, take that and take it to the bank. And she went and she found the check, and she goes, yeah, here, I got it. It's right here. And she goes, what do you want me to do with this? And I'm like, right away, I'm like, wow, it's like, I know it's not that much, but shit, you just came from the Philippines. It's like $690 ain't shit to you. Like, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? And she goes, well, what am I supposed to do with this? And I'm like, wow. It was like digging in my heart. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, it was like, it came across to me like she was saying, well, I can't do nothing with this. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? But she didn't know what a check was. She never seen a check. She never signed a check, or never knew that you got paid like that and you would go to the bank and sign it and deposit it. So I had to tell her, honey, okay, you sign the back of it and you go to the bank and give it to them, and they'll put it in the bank, and then you can use the money. And she goes, oh, okay, well, you should have said that, and I didn't know that. So you can't take things for granted. But a lot of their stuff, a lot of her stuff is funny. He loved your Patrick stories. I know, Mercy Johnson. Tony Johnson made me feel important. He made me feel special, and he'd give his stories right back, and that's what I loved about it. And he typed. Like, one of the things I fell in love with Jonalyn when I met her is when we typed back and forth, we text, and the way Jonalyn typed, the way she sent a message, it was like she was writing a book. And if you ever write a book, if you read a good book, you feel like you're there. You picture the bird flying, the dogs barking in the background, the sound of the garbage truck putting the garbage into the truck, like detail, like you knew you were in it. It was like a story when me and Jonalyn would communicate, and I love that because I understood everything that was going on. And Tony, I would tell my stories, and you guys can hear me talk, so it's detail, like you know what I'm saying. And it comes across well because I can speak with you. But when you guys write messages, a lot of people, you can write a message and 10 different people can take it 10 different ways. Tony would tell his stories like Jonalyn would type to me when I first met her, and he would tell his stories, and it felt like you were there, like you could picture everything that was going on. It was like he was on stage telling a story, reading his message. That's the one thing that I loved about Tony Johnson. And Bentley, I gotta run in this bank here. But there's not many people that can type and come across that way, and he would be so much into his, because we always say that we love to hear your guys' stories. We tell you guys to send us pictures, share us your life, because we don't, you guys see our side, but we don't see your side. But his side, we knew because he could communicate like that. And a lot of times we would talk, he would be in his truck driving home from work or going from a job to the hotel till he went back to work the next day, and he would pull over and type. So that would tell you how he would get into communicating, because he would pull over so he could say one of his stories. And I remember one of his last stories, he was saying, he took a shrimp off of Mercy's plate, and she almost stabbed his hand with a fork. And that story that he said, it was like you were there. I could picture everything that happened. But anyway, Tony Johnson made it cool to like Patrick, so that's what I like. Tell Mama that I had an 11-year-old girl tell me that she wants to be a firefighter just like me, Patrick. All right. I think Jonathan's on here. I haven't seen him yet. It's best to be cautious. Hey, Pat, Panay Trucker, what's going on with Bentley? Danny Haley. Bentley got clawed in the eye. If Jonah finds out about Bentley, but she will drive straight to Ohio. Yeah, she knows about him, and I didn't want to tell her until I had him checked out. But she was on video with Bentley already. I'm in Nashville, Mom, heading to Huntsville, Alabama, then to Montgomery, Alabama, off till Sunday, then head back to Kentucky. Becca Johnson's out there getting that money. Feel better, Bentley. Walk it off, Bentley. Just remember, with Paul got you. Which Paul got you? Bentley is like, I'm good. I know where we at. I know Bentley. Believe me. Bentley's like, all right. He's like, all right. You got me. You got me. All right. Go to sleep. Go on. Go to sleep. No, he's gotten that dog, man. That dog is such a sissy, too. Bentley will swat him, and you can tell when they're playing and Bentley gets them good because that dog will be like, arr, 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 and he'll go running through the house. Arr, 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 arr. We're like, oh, shut up, you sissy. That dog is so playful. He loved your Patrick stories. She doing good, Becca. How are you? All right, you guys, I'm going to end this. I got to run into the store or into the credit union. And I missed his hand. A 1/8 inch that day. Never steal off a woman's plate when she is pregnant. That's right. He said never go for a pregnant woman's food. All right, you guys, I got to run into this store. I got to call my mom back. She was trying to call me. I know she's worried about Bentley. Hopefully she's on watching. And I love you all, and I'll be back in a little bit. If anybody wants me to come back, just send me a message after this, and me and Bentley will be back. If not, we're gonna go. We got a lot of stuff to do today, but I love you all, and we'll talk to you later.